పోలవరం నివాసితుల సమస్యలు పరిష్కరించాలని అలాగే పునరావాసం పరిహారం ఇవ్వాలని డిమాండ్ చేస్తూ సిపిఎం ఆధ్వర్యంలో పోలవరం పోరుకేక మహాపాదయాత్ర 10వ రోజుకు చేరుకుంది. దాదాపు 200 కిలోమీటర్లు పూర్తి చేసుకుంది. ఈ సందర్భంగా గత 2 రోజుల పాటు ఈ పాదయాత్రలో నడిచిన వ్యవసాయ కార్మిక సంఘం అఖిల భారత వ్యవసాయ కార్మిక సంఘం సహాయ కార్యదర్శి విక్రమ్ సింగ్ మనతో ఉన్నారు. ఈ సందర్భంగా ఆయన అనుభవాలు సిపిఎం యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్తో పంచుకున్నారు. Comrade, what is your experience of this Padayatra participation?
It's very important struggle. It describes, it explains the plight of people who has been displaced from their roots. Basically, they are being uprooted from their ground for the sake of development. Development is very important in our country, but the people who are giving sacrifice of their life, of their neighborhood, of the village for this development, they are not given proper care. They are being displaced. It's very irony. We are constructing a project, but we are thinking of displacement after construction starts. Why not before construction? When there is a project, there is the imagination, rehabilitation work, the rehabilitation place, the accommodation, the employment, the health, the education should be planned and properly implemented before the implementation of the project. But throughout India, what we are witnessing, that central government as well as state governments are completing projects one after one because they want to improve their records. They want to create an infrastructure for so-called developments, which basically is a development of corporates, and the people who are being displaced, they are left over, they are not taken care. Throughout this yatra we have seen, they are colonies, but they are simple cages. They are not colonies, they are not livable. I'm just requesting the engineers who has designed and prepared these colonies, they should spend one night, not more, one night in these colonies. So fragile, they are new colonies and water leakage is there, no ventilation, and such a small place. A family of 4 can't live in these venues. And that also, people told us, after 3 days they are getting water. There is no school, there is no hospital. So what you are doing? You are just displacing people and you are leaving them to, I am very sad to use this, you are leaving them to die at their own. There is no government structure.
Comrade, Modi Sarkar said the one side Amrutkali Ayaga and Achadin Ayaga. But really this Polavaram people Achadin Ayaga?
Basically Modi government is a government of marketing. They market their slogans during elections, before elections, and they are quite smart. After elections they admit that this Achhe Din, this 15 lakh, this employment are jumlas. People of India has experience that they can't hope much from Modi government. And after this opening of new parliament where this Sangam was established, so-called Raj Dand is established, it means there is no democracy. Means there is a rule, there is a elected dictator which is ruling our India, and when an elected dictator is there, a ruler is there, a king is there, he has his own rule of law, and that rule of law is Manusmriti. And when Manusmriti is there, Manusmriti says that this resources, this economy, this education is for few people, and people, majority working class people like people of Polavaram, who has sacrificed, time and again I'm saying, who has sacrificed their lives, their entire livelihood there, they are not in their rule. They have to struggle for their existence, and precisely that is happening in India. This is the plight of, this is not only the plight of Polavaram people, the plight of all the displaced people in India. And if people has to take their legitimate share, if they really want to have the legitimate rights, their share in employment, their share in resources, the only path is to unite and have struggle.
Prime Minister Modi in abroad recently, there is no discrimination in India. He said there is no discrimination in India.
It's very irony that our Prime Minister, who considers himself a brand of democracy, and he says that India is a mother of democracy, he himself is the torch bearer of murder of democracy in India. There is no voice of dissent. There is no voice for egalitarian society. And you are talking about the discrimination. The person who is supposed to take away all the discrimination, because our constitution gives us equality in front of law, all people, political, social as well as economy, he himself when says that he identifies people by their clothes, discrimination starts from there. When he says, when his party, his people protects the attackers of on Dalits, the people who are involved, indulge the criminals who are indulged in on attacks, violence against Dalits, against women, when these are protected by his own party, discrimination starts from there. People are saying now no discrimination. You come. We have seen we are in a tribal area. There is a very good national highway. Once you leave the national highway, you enter a village of tribals, you will see the difference. There is shining India on the national highway, but there is no road for kilometers. You will take hour to travel 10 kilometers. That is a discrimination. And in India, I think it is high time when discrimination is there, because there are millionaires and there are other parts when highest number of hunger deaths are in India. Hungry people are in India, anemic people are in India, anemic women in India, high discrimination on the in the name of economy, in the name of caste, in the name of religion is there, and sadly it is being peddled, it is being propagated by the ruling dispensation.
Modi government one side implementation of the colonial laws, another side like 2013 Act to Land Acquisition Act, like that type of acts not implemented. What the difference between these two sides of the Modi government?
Basically, Modi government is very much committed to his class interest. We should not be in any illusion. They are committed to the class. When it comes to their class, they are ready to implement all their laws. For example, when it comes to Delhi, this Delhi government statehood or their rights, then they will bring parliament law and then they will implement it. But when it will come to compensation to the rural landless and farmers, they won't implement 2013 law. They won't implement because they have their class character. They are working for the class. This is precisely the reason that they are not giving 1 lakh crore rupees for energy, but they are giving 10 lakh crores concession to the corporates, Adani and Ambani. It is no surprise that during Modi regime, Adani reached from nowhere to second in world. And after this report, Hindenburg report, all that collapsed the empire because Modi government was supporting that. And still, Modi government is so strongly supporting that regime, those corporates, that he is not ready to have an inquiry, or he is not ready to answer to the people of India. Outside India, he will say that we are having freedom, our people are equal. But in India, he is not ready to face reporters like you. They won't face that. Na? That is Narendra Modi.
Finally, this central government concentrate the only project completion, Polavaram project completion. Because of this is the national project as per AP Reorganization Act. But there is no compensation, proper resettlement. There is no looking to Polavaram affected people. What is this government attitude of these people?
As I said, it's simply due to the class interest. They don't consider the life of Indian citizens important. it comes only when to their minds when there will be communal conflict. Then they will be talking about it. But when it comes to the economic policies, they are very much clear. Of course, projects are needed because they want to build infrastructure for the corporates to maximize their profits. They have to show the world that they are doing very good. And Modi is known for that he is creating history by having tallest statue, biggest building, first prime minister to do this thing, the first prime minister to do that thing. He wants to complete this project also so that his name will be in their records, because they don't have any history to tell people, no freedom movement, no contribution in Indian development. But development does not mean roads. Development does not mean projects. Development does not mean these buildings. Development means human development index. Development means livelihood of people. Development means well-being of people, and on that parameter, the hunger index shows that we are very worse than many poor countries, many third world countries. That is the attitude of the Modi government. He will be completing all the projects just to help his corporates and to has name, fame. But in the name of project, he will be playing with the lives of millions of Indian people. Basically, for whom this project should be. When these people who has been displaced from their places, I consider and my party consider there is no legitimate compensation. No monetary compensation can be justified there for their displacement, because it's a displacement of life. But at least we, Indian people, our government can do this much, that they should have a respectful life with respect, land, employment, and the biggest question is employment. They will be showing that they have built 1 lakh million houses. They will show that. But from where to bring employment? And we have seen throughout this area, MNREGA is the only savior. That is the only savior, and Modi government is trying to convert it into a living fossil, living monument, as per Narendra Modi. That shows their class character, that shows their apathy for the rural proletariat, for the rural economic policy, and another hand, the divisive policy of communal Hindutva they are implementing. Any unity which will be growing among the people, among the working people, they will be dividing on the communal lines. That's why this Narendra Modi government is very dangerous. This corporate Hindutva nexus is ruining India, ruining Indian constitution, and more importantly, ruining the lives of Indian people.
Last 2 days you are met so many people, you are discussed with the people, many people you are discussed. What is the sentiments of the people?
Basically, despite of the language barrier, people are really worried about the future. All kind of uncertainties can be seen in their eyes. The people who used to live with respect in their own land, Modi government has forced them to live like beggars. With all uncertainties, the kind of dreams which should be there in the eyes of children, among the youth, those dreams are not there. Only the fear of uncertainty. The scare of uncertainty, that what will happen to their lives, what will happen to the lives of their children without education, what will help to their future without any alternate employment in these so-called rehabilitation colonies, which I again say that these are not more than detention centers or cages, how we are treating these people. But one hope is there. The hope is that when we were moving through the colonies, people are coming, they are listening, and they are committing that they will be launching a struggle against this, both government, state as well as center, because state government is not less criminal. Same crime they have committed, they have not ready to listen their people. They committed during the election that they will be giving 5 lakh compensation. Where is that compensation? These are Indian citizens. They are not voters to woo only during the elections. During elections, you will be wooing them by giving some insurance, but after election, you won't be talking to them. And this will become a trend. Election after election after election, only a vote bank. People are saying that they won't allow this. They will be in struggle, they will be fighting, and they will be fighting for the legitimate share in resources, in employment, in housing, in land, and they will take it.
థ్యాంక్ యూ విక్రమ్ సింగ్ గారు. గత 2 రోజులుగా పాదయాత్రలో పాల్గొని తన అనుభవాలను మనకు పంచుకున్న విక్రమ్ సింగ్ గారికి మరోసారి ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుసు.